Hello guys and welcome back to another episode of our EAFC 25 career mode. We're returning today after a fantastic start to season 3. We had a really long episode last time around where we made it to the end of November. Currently sat in first place after 13 games, but it is very congested. Just 4 points separating the top 5 teams, and we're facing one of those teams in our first game of the episode as we travel to Villa Park to take on Unai Emery's side. We've got identical records. We only sit above them on goal difference, so a massive clash to kick off today's episode. Let's just dive straight into it. Come on, you Saints. Yeah, we're off the back of that the bounce back victory against West Ham in the previous episode, after we tasted defeat for the first time against Tottenham in North London. No surprises there because they are my bogey team. I just cannot beat them in FC 25. And another really tricky test here as we travel to Villa Park taking on Emery's side. Currently sat in second place, just behind us on goal difference. But yeah, I'd certainly take a point in this one, considering how well both teams have started. And Stein looks to get half a yard and let fly and forces the save out of Emi Martinez. Yeah, it's obviously been a fantastic start for us. We're about a third of the way through the Premier League season, so still very early stages. And, you know, I do expect us to drop off at some point. I don't think we're good enough to keep this form up for the entire season. As Davis tries to catch out Martinez, Stein looking to catch out Martinez. And he did well there, the Argentine. Just thought I'd give it a go. It was a bit of a tight angle, but I never really scored from those wide free kicks anyway. So tried to catch Martinez out, and he did well to get his angles right at the near post. As Downs releases it back to Davis, and space for Alan St. Maximan, bringing some of that flair back to the Premier League. Back onto his weaker left foot and tries to sneak the ball in at the near post, and that is going to do it. Both teams just sort of cancelling each other out today. I'd say we definitely had the better of it, just couldn't find a way past Emi Martinez. Didn't really create anything clear-cut, had a few half chances that Martinez was equal to, but I said I would take a point, and it's certainly not a terrible one on the road against the team currently in second place. Well, it was a really impressive performance by Emi Martinez to keep us out in that previous game. We are still top. Currently, 3 teams tied on 31 points with identical records. Brighton just a point behind, and City just a further point behind them. And then there is a 6-point gap down to Spurs in 6th. We face Bournemouth in our next game, but before we get there, we've got our next batch of academy updates from England, San Marino and Rwanda. I wonder if we've got any more gems from Africa. Well, I've got quite a long list of players from England, and I think at this point in the save, it's worth just scouting these guys for a while until we know how good they are going to be. So, yeah, I'm not going to give anyone a pro deal unless I'm absolutely confident they're going to be a superstar. Yeah, and as for San Marino, well, still waiting for our first player to make the academy. I thought it might be Berardi, but that potential has unfortunately dropped. Still got a few players who could be okay, but nobody that looks like an absolute superstar. As for Rwanda, well, you know I'm looking for some more gems. Hakizimana looks very good. I think we've been scouting him for a few months as well. I know we've been scouting the Prince for a couple of months, so both of those looking very good. Cyrus looking good as well. Patrick Tomby's gone elsewhere. Hakizimana, yeah, we've got some real ballers from Rwanda. I think I'll give it... do I give it one more month? Do you know what? I'm going to give Trezor Hakizimana a scholarship because I think this is our 2nd or 3rd month worth of scouting. I'll keep an eye on Prince for 1 more month along with the rest of the lads from Rwanda. Well, as for the academy, Alikos Harris has now turned 16, so I think potentially next summer he could be getting a pro deal and hopefully a loan move to get some first team football. Clarence's potential is now set at 88 to 94. Love the aesthetic on this man as well. Joseph's potential is still fluctuating. I have got an academy tournament to play, so I'm hoping that will maybe give him a bit of a boost. And as for the new man, Trezor Hakizimana, 80 to 94 potential. Already got really good physicals. He's absolutely rapid. Stamina's decent as well. Just needs a bit of work on his technicals, but he is only 14 years of age. But anyway, jumping into our second game of the episode, Iraola's side, AFC Bournemouth, at home on the South Coast in another of the not a South Coast derby fixtures, as we take on the Cherries. Currently only 2 wins in their opening 14 games and sat just outside the relegation zone. So looking for a return to winning ways here after the draw at Villa Park. Come on, you Saints. Well, it's just 1 win in our last 3 games in the Premier League, and we've not been particularly good in this opening 25 minutes. And I'll be honest, I've just not been able to get the ball off Bournemouth. They've had practically possession of the ball since kickoff. And yeah, I really need to get back to winning ways here, because I don't want to go into a poor run of form. Not around this time in the season as we approach the busy Christmas period, as Evan Nilsson's denied against his former club. Oh, that's a terrible giveaway. And Evan Nilsson is denied. What a big chance against his former club right before the break. And to be honest, it's been a really poor first half, because Bournemouth have just kept the ball at the back and I've not been able to get it off them. The one time they give it away, but Evan Nilsson can't finish. Need to find a goal in the second period. Zabarnyi gives it away to Yusuf. This time Evan Nilsson's in, and surely he's going to finish. And we do get the breakthrough. And Evan Nilsson shows the respect against his former club, the team that brought him to England. But you can't be giving the ball away there. They've, as I say, kept the ball at the back practically all game long, but given away to Yusuf. He rolls through Evan Nilsson, holding off Ilya Zabarnyi, and he was never going to miss the target from there. Evan Nilsson's 10th of the season in the Premier League, and the Saints have the breakthrough. Well, there is the whistle. One of the weirdest games of FC I have played, and I'm going to check out the possession stats in a moment, because I practically couldn't get the ball off Bournemouth the entire game. It was like a squad battles game from Ultimate Team from back in the day, where you were playing against the AI and you just knocked the ball around the back, except it was Bournemouth doing that, but they were trailing. It makes no sense. They only really had 1 or 2 half chances, but never really looked like scoring. We got the breakthrough with Evan Nilsson and just let them pass the ball around the back. Really strange game, but we get the win nonetheless. Well, as I say, really strange game that. Bournemouth with 69% of the ball, but only 1 shot in the entirety of the game. I'll take the win nonetheless, but yeah, just never really seen the AI clubs play like that. But jumping straight into our next one, we've got a double header of Merseyside fixtures, travelling to Goodison Park here before we host Liverpool at St Mary's in a week's time. So looking to continue the good start to the season, still sat in second place behind only Aston Villa. Come on, you Saints. Ward-Prowse, nice ball into Fernandez, getting the start today over Einstein. Now it's Leif Davis, nice ball into Evan Nilsson. There's St Maximan, and that's a good block. Not sure who that is. I think it might be Mark Gurhey at centre-back for the Toffees. Important piece of defending as Fatawu swings the corner in. Evan Nilsson goes up for it. Taylor back to Fatawu. Tight angle. Not sure why I'm shooting from there. And we'll try and look to recycle. JWP into Evan Nilsson. Nice skill. And Evan Nilsson goes down, and that is going to be a penalty. Really, really stupid challenge, and a red card as well for Nathan Patterson. What on earth is the Scot thinking? We're not going to get a replay, but Evan Nilsson, who scored at Selhurst Park, has the chance to give us the lead here at Goodison, and does score into the top corner. Southampton lead, Everton down to 10 men. And we should be able to cruise to victory from here. Leif Davis into St Maximan. And there's Evan Nilsson again. Good block. And Fernandez from the edge. Well turned away by the keeper. But it's all one-way pressure at the moment as Fernandez. Well, that's more like it. Mateus Fernandez, we've been waiting for that. He's been given his opportunity today. And that is an absolute rocket from the Portuguese playmaker. Ward-Prowse. Oh, look at the space for Evan Nilsson. Nowhere near him. Evan Nilsson has it back and Evan Nilsson drills in the third. I know they're down to 10 men, but where is the marking from Everton? Evan Nilsson grabs his second of the game and is on for another Premier League hat-trick. Oh, nice ball. Fernandez and Archer racing away for a fourth. Cameron Archer gets his first Premier League goal of the season. And we will level with the victory in London last season. That 4-0 win at West Ham equalled here. Terrible limbs in the away end. But it's been such a comfortable win for the Saints after that early dismissal for Nathan Patterson. Evan Nilsson grabbed a second in the second half. And Cameron Archer wraps up the victory for a comfortable win on the road for the Saints. Well, part 2 of our Merseyside double-header as we welcome Liverpool to St Mary's. They may be down in 7th place, and with Southampton high-flying in first, you would potentially have us as favourites for this one, but we know the quality that Liverpool possess coming to take us on here on the south coast. We know it's going to be a tough game as we approach the halfway stage of the season. Looking for another 3 points to continue our push at the top of the table. Come on, you Saints. Well, how about that for a transfer? I'm sure you all saw him. Harry Kane back in England, but lining up for Liverpool really just sums up the AI transfer market. I've had a few comments about it recently that I've responded to as well, just about how insane the transfers are, and it is a bit of a shame because there's only so much you can do for realism, and you know, it's one thing I always like to try and implement into my saves, but yeah, there's only so much you can do because the AI clubs just make the most ridiculous signings. There's Evan Nilsson in the middle, look to get goal side. And yeah, promising start from the Saints, but honestly, the transfer market is just even worse this year. Game's been very scrappy so far, but Liverpool give the ball away there. Fatawu in behind on his weaker right foot, and his shot is closed down by Andreas Christensen. But yeah, been very scrappy so far, as that's a dangerous ball. Evan Nilsson! Oh, it's been given to Fatawu. There's no way that Fatawu can be claiming that, but we don't care. The ball's ended up in the back of the net. And I'm sure that got a touch off Evan Nilsson. It's a really dangerous ball in. Oh, it's off the defender. I think that's Alexander Pavlovic maybe, or Antonio Silva, who heads it into his own net off his shoulder over Alisson, who's at full stretch. And, well, it's definitely going to go down as an own goal, but Southampton will celebrate nonetheless. Well, game's been quite scrappy still, even after the goal. And so far, we've kept Liverpool quiet, and we've got our goal. And, well, you guys know how good we are. Once we go in front, we don't concede many, and we are very difficult to take points off. Chiesa, the Italian, into Harvey Elliott, who's been trying to pull the strings for his side today. Elliott back out to Chiesa. And now Gravenberch off the bench. Ball forward into Kane. Spins his man. Kane shoots. And Muric has to get gloves on it. Ooh, Shirkin was late there. Surely no more than a yellow, though. He sent him off. I don't believe that. No way is that a red card. He was late, but he was going for the ball, and now with 10 to play, no Dennis Shirkin, as Chiesa lets fly and Muric turns it away. Well, just having a look at this challenge again from Dennis Shirkin, I mean, he is late on Chiesa, but I'm not sure this is worthy of a red card. Let's have a look. So Chiesa just knocks the ball past him. He's on the slide. He's late. How on earth the ref has given that as a red card, I'm not sure. The game's gone if that is a red, because it's late, it's a foul, it's a yellow card, but it's nothing more than that. And now with 10 to play, Liverpool pushing for an equalising goal against 10 men. As that's nicely worked, and Muric gets something on it, and then Shime clears. And we do hold on despite the dubious red card. I'll be appealing that when we get back to the office, because there's no way that was a red in my opinion. But speaking of reds, it's Southampton who get the better of Arne Slot's reds, as we will keep them at bay in our hunt for European football. And at the rate we're going, it looks as if we might be playing Champions League football next season. Still a long way to go, not even at the halfway stage yet, but Southampton are absolutely flying. Well, just jumping straight into our next one, Newcastle United away at St James's Park. Another team that I struggle against, another bogey team, but currently top of the Premier League by 2 points, and we've got a nice 6-point gap to Brighton and West Ham in 4th and 5th, and then a further 10 points clear of Chelsea in 6th. So we have really built ourselves a nice gap at the top down to those European places. And for the teams below that, Spurs, Liverpool, Arsenal and today's opponents Newcastle, we are way clear of them, like 14-15 points clear. So we have built up a real nice head of steam, but don't want to go into poor form. Travelling to Newcastle here as we approach Christmas Day, and looking to continue our fantastic winning streak. Come on, you Saints. Yeah, Newcastle not having the greatest of seasons, down in 10th place at the moment with as many losses as they've had victories, but still a really strong side that they've got. And of course the main man, Alexander Isak up top, always scores against me. So I'm expecting a tricky time keeping him quiet today, as St Maximin in behind just couldn't quite get away. Oh, it's great feet. Harvey Barnes, still Harvey Barnes. What a brilliant goal from the former Leicester City man. And he is so good at cutting in off that left-hand side. Beats Solé, and then as Taylor comes across, just does the same thing. Just knocks the ball inside and bends it into that far corner past Muric. He is such a handful, Harvey Barnes. That is a sweet strike. And Newcastle lead at St James's. Yeah, they're just another of those teams that I just cannot seem to get the better of. I'm sure that everyone has them in career mode, and for me it's Tottenham and Newcastle United this year, at least anyway. St Maximin goes in strong, and yeah, it's no real surprise. Our first loss of the season away in North London at Newcastle, and now at Tottenham, and now we trail at Newcastle with St Maximin. Oh, we had to score. Tawu sends Joel Linton and has Stein in the middle. And there is St Maximin on the run again. St Maximin, this time, can he finish? No. It's just not been his day today. He's had 2 golden opportunities and he's not been able to finish either of them. Barnes runs into Solé, and the Frenchman brings the ball out. And Stein looking for Evan-Nilsson. Can he get away? He's goal side. Surely this time. There's our equalising goal. St Maximin couldn't finish, but Evan-Nilsson says, don't worry lad, I will finish one for you. The Brazilian's 11th, I think, goal of the season, maybe even 12th now, as he is pushing for the golden boot. And well, we've had a couple of decent chances, not been able to finish them, but this time we are back on level terms. Well, I thought we might taste defeat for the second time, so I will take a point. Even with Newcastle struggling down in mid-table, it's still a fantastic side that they've got, and fighting back from a goal down. Yes, we missed a couple of big chances, but that is a decent point on the road against a very strong Newcastle side. Well, with Manchester City going to Molineux and losing by a goal to nil, we've got a great opportunity to be top at the halfway stage as we take on Marco Silva's struggling Fulham side, currently sat in the relegation zone and scrapping down the bottom of the table. Only Aston Villa would be able to leapfrog us on match day 19, and that would take us losing, then winning at the Emirates, and a big goal swing as well. So looking for another win here so that we do sit top at the official halfway stage of the Premier League season. Come on, you Saints. Fernandes, who's back in the team today after he scored that screamer at Goodison Park. Can he do the same again? Fernandes from range, let's fly. And it is a decent stop. Keeper saw it all the way. Well, not really got going yet in this opening 25 minutes. Maximan has it now. And Davis, as always, an option on the overlap. Leaf lays it off to St. Maximan. Dawley sticks with him. ASM, nice feet. And there's Fernandes on the edge once again. Sits up for him! And Mateus Fernandes, 2 in his last 2 Premier League starts. And 2 absolute crackers from outside the box as well. We know he's got quality. We just need him to show it on a more regular basis. Stein has been fantastic to start the season off, and he's had to sit on the bench for a lot of the season, but getting some minutes now and starting to find some goals as well. Much better from Fernandes. Fernandes to Brereton Diaz. Then forward for Evan Nilsson. Takes the ball in his stride. Gets away. Evan Nilsson. Great strength and just narrowed down the angle as Brereton Diaz can't follow it in. But really nice football again from the Saints. Iwobi, nice beat. Shot comes in. Pereira, oh what a ball. Johnny Burkhart. Well, this man always scores against me. The German got 2 at Craven Cottage last year. And despite us playing some good stuff out there today, a piece of magic from Andreas Pereira. Lovely through ball. And Burkhart drills it in past Muric at the near post. Fernandes. Downs back to Fernandes, and there's St. Maximan and Leaf Davis on the overlap. Space on the edge for Fernandes again. Surely not again. And he rattles the woodwork. And well, that's our new tactic. Just get the ball to Fernandes on the edge because he has got some real quality from around 20 yards. But this time denied by the woodwork, and it's that man who's got his side level at 1 apiece. Well, the game's gone quite flat in this second half. We're over the hour mark now and no real chances in this second period. And Fulham digging deep and sitting in and defending really well as Fernandes finds Downs. Back to Fernandes, and he can hit them as we know, but got to try and work some better opportunities. Well, we've not got long to play here. Are we going to have some late drama? St. Maximan into Flynn Downs, and St. Maximan again. Now Shirkin off the bench. Finds Flynn Downs. And Shirkin again. And still Shirkin. Shirkin to Evan Nilsson. Evan Nilsson on the spin, denied by Munir. And we nearly did have some late drama. St. Maximan to float the corner in, looking for Evan Nilsson. Heads go up. Tierney gets it away. Will the ref allow us to swing it back in? Burkhart clears, and that is probably going to do it. There is the whistle. Not quite the result we wanted to close out the episode, but fair play to Fulham, man. They've put in a real good shift. And despite us taking the lead, it was Johnny Burkhart's goal in the first half that claims the West Londoners a good point on the road. Alright then guys, that is where we will leave it for today's episode. A fantastic first half of the campaign for Southampton, currently sat top of the Premier League with just one defeat to our name and a point clear of Aston Villa. It really has been a fantastic first half of the campaign, as I say, and looking to see out the season with European football is looking like a real possibility now. But yeah guys, that is where we will leave it. I'll catch you in the next episode very soon, where we will head into the January transfer window and play through the whole month, including the FA Cup third round, where we will be heading on a trip to Wales as we've been drawn against Wrexham. Looking forward to that one, and guys, I'll catch you for the next episode very soon. Take care and peace.